Hi, this is Sean from Time and Talk. I thought I would do a bit of a collection review today. I tried to make a video a few times today, but the bloody camera wouldn't focus. So I decided to do a collection review instead, in lieu of the video I was going to make about the Speedmaster. So this is my collection. This is my watch box. It's nothing fancy. My wife bought me this for our anniversary. It's Stackers is the brand. Essentially, they stack on top of each other. I think it's quite nice. And I have quite a small collection. To be honest, I've got to probably in the teens before, but I do find that if there's too many in my collection, I don't wear them as much as I think is necessary to buy them, because obviously we pay quite a lot of money for these things. So this is my collection. It's currently 7 watches. There is an 8th, which I sold, but which the buyer is returning because they are not happy with it. So that's the Orient Mako. So I do own an Orient Mako, but it is not part of this collection review. So I think perhaps we should go in some sort of order, and I think the order I will go in is the order in which I bought the watches. So I have 7. Tell me what you think of the collection and how it looks. I do try and buy kind of watches that look a bit different to each other, but as you'll notice, there's kind of a propensity towards dark dialed watches, so I need to maybe get a few light dialed watches. So this is the first one I'm going to show you. This is the Tissot Auto 3. I bought this in 2015. Obviously I had watches before that, but in terms of getting into them in a big way, I think it was 2015, 2014 that I got into them in a big way. And this was a present, well, not a present, a wedding present from my wife. So it originally came on a bracelet, and I have it on a leather strap. And this is probably the watch that most fits my wrist, I think. And I bought this before I'd been, in quotation marks, kind of poisoned by all the watch snob stuff. So I bought this watch because I liked it, because I enjoyed the way it looked. Nothing aside from that. So yeah, I still love this watch, and I'll always keep this, obviously, because my wife bought it for me. It's got a date. I see it as kind of having like a 60s vibe. I could be wrong. The bracelet is lovely, and like I said, it's perfect size for me, and I think it's the watch that suits me most out my whole collection. What is the watch I bought next? Okay. The one that I bought next was the Explorer. So the Explorer, this was my first Rolex. I have owned a Datejust, but I no longer own that. And the Explorer, basically, at the time, I had a Seamaster Professional. I bought that in 2015, and I wanted another watch, and I wanted one that was different to that. And at the time, there were a few options. So there was a no date sub in a dealer, which is hilarious. If we're looking at it back from today, and there was an Explorer 2. I was thinking about an Explorer 2, a 16570, and a Datejust, and in the end I thought, no, I want this watch. This is a Mark 1, so the black sheep of the Explorer family. I in no way regret buying this, and it's still my favourite watch. It's an everyday watch that I wear every day, and I just think it's a brilliant watch. It's kind of under the radar, nobody notices it's a Rolex. You can wear it in any situation. It's brilliant. I love it. Tell me what you think of it. Have you got the Mark II? Do you prefer that? I understand that you would prefer the Mark II, but I don't. That's just me. Then so the first Amiga in space. I eventually, if you remember, I just said that I bought a Seamaster. I eventually sold that. I love that watch. I think it's a great watch, but it wasn't really me. I mean, the Seamaster, if you've ever had it, it's a little bit bling, a little bit shiny, things like that. And I thought, yeah, I'll get a Speedy, and I did. It was a Speedy Pro, and I discovered that it was grey market. I was a bit naive at the time, and I didn't really know what grey market was, and then I did, and I returned that Speedmaster. Then I bought the Datejust, which I've just mentioned, and then I got tired of that, so I sold that, and then I used the funds to buy this. The latest video that I was going to make was to be about the Speedmaster, and I will make that. And it's basically about how I was thinking about selling it, but I decided not to. I've fallen back in love with it. But I love this watch, and it is different to the Explorer, even though I've thought maybe in the past maybe I should buy something a little bit more different. But that's the next on my list for my collection. Then we've got the Swatch. The Swatch Onion. Tell me what you think of Swatch watches. I mean, Swiss made timepieces. This one has a red onion on the dial. I envisaged myself kind of wearing this for black tie functions, and kind of in an ironic sense. I basically never wear this watch. I tell you what this is great for though, the gym, because it's so light. It's sweat resistant. It's so comfortable to wear, and it is a fun watch, and you don't really get this type of watch from anyone else other than Swatch. And why would you sell it? What are you gonna get, a tenner for it or whatever? There's no point really. Then we have the Alpinist. Like many of us, I think I saw the Alpinist for the first time on the Urban Gentry channel. I thought, yeah, that's all right. And I think I bought this from eBay, on a whim really, and I was kind of disgusted with myself because I think it was a £310 or something like that, and I was kind of like, shocked that I pulled the trigger. This is a great watch. I mean, it's 200 meter water resistant. The dial, the green dial is absolutely lovely. It just is it's so different as well to other watches. You know, it's a green dial. The kind of hands, the cathedral hands, if that's what you call them, are kind of quite idiosyncratic. It's 200 meter water resistant. It's got a compass. You know, it's very different to other watches, and it just got a lot of character on the wrist. You know, the shine in the dial, and it's a brilliant watch. I've thought about selling it to maybe buy a Saab 6.5, the cocktail time, because it's just a little bit different to the other watches that I have, but I'm not gonna do that. And then next is the CWC G10. I bought this because I was kind of just looking on eBay, and I thought they're really cool watches. I mean, I'll show you the back as well. They've got so much character for the amount that we pay for them. And they really do kind of, not focused there, really do remind me of like Rolex sports models, because you know the tritium lume and the character in the dial, and the fact that you have the engravings on the back with the kind of issue number and things like this. So this is from 1989. I was born in 84, so I would love a birth year one. This is my workout watch. It is so comfortable. It's so practical. It's not waterproof, and it's got this particular version has got a cracked crystal, but I knew about that when I bought it, and I never repaired it because I really don't mind it. I think it looks good with the cracked crystal, and also I haven't buffed it and cleaned the crystal because I just like it the way it is. You know, I think it's cool. It's a great watch. Love it. Last one is the Samurai. Let's like wait for that to focus. This is the latest addition to my collection. I still haven't done a full review on this on my channel, and this is a fantastic watch. I mean, it's not just the fact that the Samurai is a great watch in itself, but it's also this particular model. I mean, the blue dial is awesome. The contrast between the yellow and the blue. But also, I mean, I've had some bad luck with Seiko divers, and this one, the movement is so accurate, the bezel is decent, and I just think it's a fantastic watch. If I was to have a gripe with it, it would be that the case is slightly too big for my wrist. But I mean, it's just so good, this watch. I would really recommend the Samurai, particularly this one. It's a limited edition though, this particular one. As I've said, I've also got a Mako, and I will be adding other watches to my collection, no doubt, soon. Tell me what you think of my collection. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, because that means a lot when you do. And thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.